Hey, greetings everyone and anyone that may tune in. It's your boy Owayo, back at it again. Consciousness is the result of form that is perceivable. Perception is entirely due to consciousness. So, when Jesus said, when they slap you, you turn the other cheek, do people really understand what he's saying? Or people just want to say that it is Christian programming for people to love their enemies, which I don't believe it's really like that. I don't really believe, I know it's not like that. Because most of the statement he was saying, people were unable to come to comprehend the meanings of his statements. So, let's say someone has annoyed you, someone has disappointed you. You, by showing them compassion, is turning the other cheek. You showing your compassion is turning the other cheek. So, this whole judgment system that we have out here today, where they punish people for miscreation as a method of making them to create correctly, is a delusion. You cannot solve another error by using another faulty error. That can never happen in reality that we live in any constructive way, considering how consciousness moves from our own focused attention and our desires and everything that we expect to happen. For example, if you are in a society where you think jailing people will end crime, and not looking at the root cause of where did such mentality of crime come from, it will just replace it with another form of miscreation, because the root problem has not been dealt with. So when you have a system where you judge people, where you say somebody is a murderer, and the solution is killing them or imprisoning them for life, that's just a delusion. It's like people are running away from their responsibility. Like, these people do not just come out of nowhere in our society. They are part and parcel of our society. They make who we are. They define what we are as humans. Whether they are perfect as the standard in which varies in various societies depending on the culture and the context from which people come from, education, and also cognitive abilities. Now, this era mostly comes from us being stuck in a linear mindset. Everyone is guilty, even that person who has killed another or has stolen from their brother. They carry this guilt inside them. But our society today has normalized it to the point where that guilt has been, people compensate it with, what will I say? People will try to compensate it with material wealth. Let's say somebody is a thief, they'll steal and go buy some land somewhere, luxurious car, and think that they have dealt with their guilt, but that's not really. That's just like running away from it. That's why you have people in the bars, people filling the bars, buying expensive liquor for happiness. Buying excessive liquor for happiness, which is just a delusion. They never really are happy. Whenever they sober up, they just get back to normal. Such ideas and tendencies are cultivated by us ignoring the root cause of our problems, which is heavily as a result of consciousness. Not looking at the product of something and blaming the product. We need to go at what is this product made of, not just by looking at it on the surface level and saying this is evil, we must keep it outside our own society. I guess that's what everyone will wish to do, for them to have an immediate effects in their surrounding, to change. But the most important thing, for even if you are living in a very dangerous neighborhood, you need to look into your mind. What kind of thing attracted you to such a space? You do not just randomly choose a place to live. You go there out of your own will and volition and the kind of energy that you are pulling toward yourself. Your environment chooses you the same way you choose your environment, because your environment is just perception, and this perception comes from consciousness. Any form of perception comes from consciousness, and misperception is the consciousness directed in the wrong way. But we are trying to look at the cause of the problem. When Jesus said, when they slap you on one side of your cheek, you turn the other cheek. It does not mean that you allow someone to come and destroy your home, so that you just allow him to enter every house in your homestead. That's not what it means. Because most of the things he was teaching in metaphysical analogy, which people never consider, or because they just don't take time to think twice about what's being said and the implication thereof. So when we want to punish people for their crimes, that shows the level of a civilization in which we are in. And currently we're not even that far in terms of advanced civilization, in terms of technology, but the potential of our civilization that's coming up based on the consciousness and awareness that's rising from individuals, not from individual person, not from a conglomerate of companies or a few individuals sitting somewhere thinking they are bosses. What's coming to this earth will be something that will be far much more than many other civilizations that right now surpass us, because we will be working as a civilization that directs our energy from our hearts and look from things from the other non-linear part of our being. Not everything that is linear tells you the truth. Even these are facts, some of them are theories, because they just go within the boundaries of our beliefs. And once we evolve beyond the beliefs that we carry as ourselves, we might be able to perceive more clear picture of how reality works, how energy interacts, and how everything else is related, which is the result of growing in consciousness. And everything that you do, for example, those that do believe in incarnation, everything that you do today will determine what you'll be doing in your next life. Just like everything that you're doing today is determined by what you are doing in your past life. And all these lives, all the skills that you have lived before are there for your taking. But most of these things are cut off from you because the way you perceive reality, you have tied yourself only to what your physical senses can perceive. And most of this information are deep within yourself and not on the outside level of your experience in which you are focused in right now. Some of these come through daydreaming. Some of this information come through when you're dreaming. Sometimes you might talk to your friends from other lives in your dreams and things like that. But most of us might be unable to remember such events because we are not aware of our dreams. We are not awake in our dreams. And so that's why we become judgmental. Because once you understand the dream reality and the waking state of reality, you'll find that they are all one and connected. The outside world just shows the reflection of your inner world. So whenever you have conflict with someone, or someone has robbed you or things like that, it is difficult to outgrow the kind of revenge mentality that we have been given, where we say that if this is not perfect, they need to eliminate it from our society. Not understand that these things that we see in our society comes from our own consciousness first, and just looking at the surface of things is not getting rid of it. For example, eugenics will not ensure that our DNA is activated efficiently. Eugenics will only limit our potential. For example, a crippled person, to any modern person who's objectively oriented only, will see that person as a problem to the society, not understanding that that person who is lame might be experiencing a potential that enhances our consciousness as humans, as all of us. And when the right time comes, when we have the right cognition, there will be no need for someone to be born as crippled and things like that, because these crimes are a form of cripple. People are crippled mentally and things like that. So with that, I'd say peace, amani. Let's build bridges.